See?
Yeah.
They ramble. They both just ramble at you about all kinds of weird shit for a while.
And you pull your ears. You pull your ears.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Can you teach other skills, or is only one teaching role at all per day? Was it one per?
One per day. Yep.
One per day. Right. Okay.
Yep. Everybody gets to try one a day. So tomorrow they can try not to teach you something new.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something to look forward to. Right?
So because I want to get the body tree because there's a spell on it that I created. I want to get to and give it a go and see how well it works.
Fair enough. I believe I have the base spell in it, but I'm really not very good at it.
I have
because
some.
Mildred, you've never
bothered
cast a spell in your life. You're not fooling anybody.
But I coincidentally got the next spell card like twice in a row, so I got like two of the body spells.
The first one is stunning attack, is the base rank 1 spell.
Which is I've got it because I helped create it, so which is why I've got it. But yes, and then if I manage to get blind fighting, then I'll get a few more ranks up. Bing, 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 bing. Yeah. But yes, I've not been particularly focusing on minor magic since events changed for me. I've been focusing on other stuff. Anyway, all right. So shall we go to the lobby? Go to the.
Well, I want to prepare first. Get ourselves geared up properly in that.
Yeah, I was just going to say if that's what we're going to do. Yes, that's exactly.
Before we go, I just try to meditate to.
Oh yeah, of course. Is there anything I can do to assist with the meditation?
I don't know.
Actually,
play music.
Mildred, give me a meditation roll to know one of the things that would really help.
Okay.
And if you made this meditation roll, then you could have actually just rolled meditation.
Yes, which is the awesome part.
Yeah.
Where did I put it?
Is it a writing or something?
Yes.
Oh, nice. You're quite good at it too.
I know.
Well,
I have it from the beginning of the game. I don't know why.
Nobody knows why. You're thinking if he can get and play a Tibetan bowl, which is a lot harder than it sounds, because I have fucked with these things and didn't get it just right, then it makes a constant fucking thing. That would be a big help. Of course, that'd be a whole new instrument skill for him, and you have to go somewhere to find an actual Tibetan bowl. But that would really help you out. Yes.
Oh, I relayed the information, but it sounds too complicated to do it now, so I just try to meditate.
Okay.
What is it now when you're meditating? What is it you are attempting to do specifically? That tells me the difficulty of the meditation and other horrible things that may happen.
I try to look inside myself and feel, get into contact with Janus.
Very well. Give me a meditation roll. You're going for something really hard here.
Okay. Failed, of course. Now I fail.
You look inside yourself and see your heart is black. No colors anymore. They all have turned to black.
Well, okay. Next time.
And that was brought to you by our sponsors, the Rolling Stones, because they need me to help advertise their music.
Yeah.
So hopefully somebody will listen to it someday.
I like that song, actually.
Yeah. Had a mod based on it back in the HC days.
I think we've had mods based on everything at some point. I mean, you can't run this many sessions. I mean, even in this campaign, we're up to 250 sessions or some shit.
And there's those are hours, not the same thing.
Hours?
Yeah.
No, 250 hours. 250 sessions times. You mean in hours?
Yeah, move on. Just move on.
You're making it too complicated for Logan's brain. Yes.
Yeah.
We
Move
played
on.
a lot of hours. I played more hours. You guys have probably played with me more hours than most gamers ever fucking play, though.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hardcore. So, right. You guys sit there and watch her, which is super fucking uncomfortable for her as well, and probably not helping as you're sitting there going for like an hour just watching her. That's not creepy at all. She's thinking, she's like,
That's why I can't meditate.
I'll get it. I'll get some of my scented tobacco and light a pipe.
yeah. You're like, hey, and then he just shows him just blowing smoke at you in a big cloud. He's like, you're waiting for Reb to just start breaking bottles ceremoniously in the background. All right,
Well,
so yeah,
I can't do it right now, so let's do the other thing.
maybe another day or something like that will bring a new enlightenment.
Yes. I'm a yogi now.
Yes.
Have you
Hmm?
tried? Do you have hypnotism?
No.
Okay, so you can't try hypnotizing yourself.
Can you hypnotize me?
No, Doc Young has hypnotism though.
Oh
think
no, we can all try hypnotism. You know.
True. We can try and hypnotize you. If you're willing.
Would you like the unskilled, untrained hypnotist to attempt to get in there and tinker with your brain a bit?
But like, you won't hypnotize me to do something crazy, right?
Got to. She's doing crazy.
Make you do something crazy.
Well, you know, I'm a pretty sane person, so I don't like doing crazy things.
Oh, speaking of which, I have $13,334 of Sherma money for you, Mildred.
Oh, why?
You know, a while ago we got 40 grand. We got a heap of money, and I sent it to my post office box. I managed to retrieve it. So.
Oh, nice. Can you just keep it and just buy me things when I need them?
That's exactly what we thought you would say.
I fucking called that.
Yes, we said yes. I will offer it to her, but she's just going to say, keep it and buy me stuff.
It's much more fun to get stuff bought when you need them than to take care of money, you know?
Yeah, you don't even have to fucking keep track of your money or anything and then lose the piece of paper that was on because you draw a fucking picture on it and et cetera. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, we all know what's going to happen if you try to keep track of your own money. So I think you're doing the best possible thing.
I was expecting that response, but I would offer you the money anyway.
Nice. Well, it's nice to know that you care.
Yes. All right.
So, do we want to like prepare for the journey, and what do we need to take with us?
Well, we can leave we can trump out of the place. I suppose just stuff that may assist us in not sticking out like sore thumbs. So don't wear any dark colours.
Oh.
Because it's reverse.
Oh, right. Yeah, you are right. Yes.
So if you wear dark colours, they'll appear light when we're there.
Right. Okay, I need something.
It shows her looking in a closet that's absorbing light. She's like,
yeah.
Yeah, so you need to get those white robes of yours and.
Exactly.
Now, Logan, I have a set of fine clothes.
yes.
Still cheap, a set of fine clothes for French Vietnam.
Oh, yeah.
Are those bright or dark?
Various bright shades.
Okay, I want to wear that.
I don't suggest it, but you can if you want.
Well, if the blobs are the same blobs, then they might recognize the clothes.
Makes sense. I'm just saying that the nicer the clothing is, the more restrictive and uncomfortable it is. This seems to be a thing.
Well, I've got the cheap clothes as well from there.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying that also, if you'll recall, the nice clothes are very expensive as opposed to the cheap clothes, which are not.
Okay, with the cheap clothes then.
Ah, those are very drab, so you will appear to be dressed in very bright clothing. Oranges and
Right.
stuff like that, because cheap clothes are usually default as brown or tan because you don't put any dyes into them and such. So you're into raw wool looking shit. So, which ironically is close to the shade of the wallpaper.
Yes. Is there anything the two of you need to take that we need to get that you don't already have?
Are we going there just to talk to the blobs and stuff, or do we want to like take something like for some other action also?
So it depends on what. Yeah, I suppose it depends on what we intend to do. Are we going to try and kill the Harlequins and or put them to sleep?
We've been able to so far.
Hence why we pre-prepare as opposed to go charging in with our weapons drawn and go, ah.
I would like to point out how pleased I am. I gave Yana a card for that just because usually the players go, all right, the plan is talk to her. That plan has failed. We have no other plans. We have no other supplies for other plans. Let us fucking die or retreat. Ever retreat.
Because the past 2 sessions I was in was non-stop like trying to gear ourselves up. I'm like...
She's getting sick of it, yes.
Yeah, so I suppose it depends on how we want to try and take them out.
Yeah.
You have a really good layout.
Assuming
it's a super easy layout.
That's the direction. Sorry, Logan?
I was going to say, you really have a good layout. It's a super easy layout. Just assume standard doorway size, triple it for the big double door for the hall. And then it's a big box, and it's got one other door that's more of a normal sized door at the back, and it's a really big hall. Like, I'm going to spend a couple melee rounds running down the hall type, or throughout the Great Hall type thing, like 2-3 melee rounds, because it's big and impressive. That's pretty much the whole thing right there. Call it a good 30 meters by 20 meters. So yeah, you've got the easiest fucking layout ever.
Well, do we even know like what works on Harlequins? Like, are they like people or are they like...
Have you seen them close up before? Other than fighting them, I mean. Have you like examined a dead body? No?
No.
Cool.
No.
All right.
I didn't.
I've seen them walk past when we were hiding and watching them in their world.
You have doubts if they're even human.
Yeah.
And they didn't talk to each other the whole time when you guys very slowly let them get away. They did twitch and stuff like that as usual. And sometimes they go for no reason you can figure out.
Yeah. So things like, for example, gassing them to put them to sleep may not work if we use stuff that we would normally work on humans.
Exactly, that was what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
At least you want to go around and start trapping one and doing all sorts of experiments, you're going to be...
Which in itself is going to be quite challenging challenging to do.
Well, it's easier than to trap other things we trapped in the past. But I don't know. I want something like elegant.
Elegant, yes. I would like something elegant as well. I'm open to elegant suggestions.
Please,
I'll be
an elegant suggestion.
back in a moment, but you want to try something with your blade while you were thinking about things there, Joshua?
Yes, in the other room.
Yeah.
Why does Logan want to fuck a pony?
You're a very naughty boy. I like that she's going for an elegant solution. I like that you guys are planning for multiple contingencies. It just goes to show that even in this campaign, there is a first time for everything.
Yeah, trying.
Yes.
When you and Doc Fulton and I don't know who else attacked the Serpent People Temple,
Yeah.
you used something there. I don't know if it was some sort of oil or napalm or flammable gas or I don't know what. I just vaguely recall hearing that you actually did something. You put something together and pumped it into the chambers.
I think we just fought them.
Okay, I thought you did something a bit more elegant than that.
I would hope so, but I don't think so. I don't remember it. I remember fighting many of them.
Okay, so you didn't use your chemistry knowledge or to come up with something?
I don't think so.
Do you have any demolition skill? Any knowledge of demolition? I know Doc does, but I'm just curious.
Yeah, I don't
you
think
do. I don't.
I don't think I have demolitions.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll have to check if Reb's got demolitions because that will affect what we can and can't do.
Yeah.
Whereas you've got knowledge of chemistry, I think, chemistry and alchemy. Yep. So do I. So we could potentially buy stuff and put and mix something up.
Yeah. Some sort of something.
Like homemade napalm, as an example.
Everybody likes homemade napalm. Actually, homemade napalm's fairly easy. I learned to make that when I was a kid.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Right? Polystyrene. Where's it? Polystyrene, brake fluid, and something else. Can't remember what.
Ooh, brake fluid. Mr. Fancy Pants with his homemade napalm, man. We just used fucking styrofoam and gas and laundry detergent and fucking made shit.
I'm just
don't try this at home, kids.
I would like to have more information before we just charge into there. Everything.
I would prefer not to charge in at all. But would there only?
It would be nice to actually just talk to her if we could.
I would love to be able to talk to her. We tried reaching out to her to talk. Before we knew she was running the show. We don't believe she's actually... Our suspicion is she may be working for somebody else, as in she may be doing this for somebody else.
So she is sending harlequins and she is also sent by somebody.
Well, yeah, potentially she was hired by somebody to get the object back and she's using the resources she has.
I wonder if they're like robots or something and we can do something on that end.
I know Freddie and that. I know they've been Freddie and that fought them, but I don't know.
I fought them. I was fought at by them. We didn't actually. We just ran away more than anything else.
Oh, okay. So, do you know? Did they bleed? Did anybody manage to cut or shoot or maim them?
We did do some damage to them. Where's my memory roll? Oh, I actually remember. Did they bleed, Logan? Because we fought them in Gothic.
Yes, they bled some sort of yellowish goop. Does that help?
Yeah, so yellowish goop, that help? Yeah. I'm sure it does.
Cool.
I've got base and demolition and chemistry. So
okay, yep. So blowing stuff up is probably not the way to go then, since none of us have demolition skill.
Super awkward.
No, yeah. Well, it's good to work this out.
Yeah, before.
Okay. Yes. Mildred, can you recall what replicants bled when they were wounded? You fought a few. I've never fought one.
It shows her like playing back the stuff in her mind, going.
or potentially when Maddie needed patching up before we made her into
human. I think I would surely remember if Maddie was bleeding or no.
Give me a memory roll because you've done such a good job of suppressing all of that stuff. In fact, most of your life is like file not found.
Nice.
Oh,
I have
whitish goop.
Yeah,
whitish goop. Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was whitish goop, but I wanted to.
If you'd said that ahead of time, I'd have given you a card, Pete.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to do it correctly.
We see what's going on.
I got the disappearing book card.
Excellent.
Okay.
Does anybody in the group have a book on them? Cool. Nope. Please give a note to Freddie, who will curse and throw things.
The other thing you could try is stuff like a dog whistles, high-pitched noises and stuff, and see if that can disable them or something.
Oh, yeah. Different frequencies, sound frequencies.
Yeah. I like doing that in the middle of combat when things are trying to kill me. Pull out the dog whistle, goddammit. It didn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have their weaknesses already written out and stuff, so,
Well, it's not so much weaknesses as just disable them en masse. Have you got how to disable them en masse there, Logan?
Yeah, actually, there's several different ways, but it's
And you don't,
Only playing Russian
marching to water.
Only playing Russian marching songs does
it.
You don't think we could like stealth around or like find a back door or something like that to like?
We could check to see if there's any other entrances to the castle, like a delivery door or a back door or something. I mean, yeah, we could. But the nature of the building, it didn't appear to have that sort of setup.
It seems like being very simple and
there was all kinds of like fancy castle shit, but you're betting that it didn't even have doors and shit like or working doors
all sort of fake facade. So yes.
So yeah.
Which also the whole nature of the castle and stuff may tell you more about other things than you knew before. Or not. I have no idea what it tells you, but it's all consistent. I'll go with that.
Well, it sort of matches the whole thing, like with the trees and the village, which we knew, which was, I just want something to look like this. Bang.
Mm-hmm. So it's either that they needed to make it quickly or that it was done by somebody who doesn't really care or somebody who isn't good at it, maybe.
Need a basic thing, just go with what I basically. That could be why they're blobs, actually, just because just give me some peasants out in the field and I don't really care what they look like.
Yeah.
Like, why did they even created it? Like, why? If it's like a base, why did they need a village there? Or...
They probably use it. Maybe they just like the idea of having a village base and went, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
And I like the idea of these. It just sounds like sort of Japanese things. So I'll make these harlequins with katanas and shurikens.
Yeah, but if they were in a hurry or like, it's like if I am in a hurry, I do like just the basic things I need.
Mm-hmm. So one thing we could look at in conjunction with checking out the peasants is, the peasants are actually cultivating food. Is the food being cultivated for the harlequins? Because that's a potential, and depending on what food is, that may tell us something about them in on itself, depending on the nature of what's getting done with the food. How much food's getting produced.
Yeah.
And it may give us an avenue of
we could
A
do
vector is the word I'm looking for.
we could like arrange some sort of trap in the long part of the where because if she shadow walks, well,
we know the Harlequin shadow walk, so depending on the trap, we may catch a couple of them.
Yeah, right. Like, because if they need to go somewhere, I don't know if they need to go there. So if that,
we'll just get a whole lot of tiny nets and throw it on them. Instant
Tiny nets, of course.
Tiny, yes.
Works every time.
Yeah.
I can't wait until a new player starts someday and it's like, what do you do? Explosives expert, and everybody just starts dry humping the shit out of him. He's like, stop it! Stop it!
We do have several people in the group that are good with explosives. They're just not here right at this moment.
Super awkward.
Yeah.
If we think we can stealth around, we may just be better off going in, just doing some recon to get some more information and see what we can without.
I mean, you two may see stuff or think about, pick up stuff or think of something.
As well as having potential contingency plans of attack, but you could just poke around, see what's there, and as long as you've got a good way to get out.
So
the thing with trumping is it takes a couple of minutes.
We're back to the usual PC thing strategy. Just go looking around, see what happens.
Well, I don't know. We can just go and look and then figure out other plan.
Could do.
Yeah, so they're very twitchy.
Super twitchy.
Actually,
so twitchy.
I don't know. Maybe it's happened. I'll ask. I will ask if any of the Harlequin that have appeared and attacked the embassy at any time have been killed.
Oh, we have killed. They just seem to. I think they self-destruct or they get taken away or something like that, from memory. I could be remembering wrong, but I think that happened. So they are killable.
Yeah, I was just curious on the off chance that the guards killed one, for example, and we may be able to get more information from that, depending on what they witnessed, or they may have the body down in the cold room.
Keep in mind also that just for normal, ordinary people to even notice these things is super hard because your eyes just kind of tend to go off them. However, for the PCs, everybody has such a freakishly high spot hidden roll because they're constantly like looking around and noticing shit that they pretty much more or less counteracted that. But for normal people, even just noticing them is almost doesn't happen.
Oh, just on the off chance, I just thought I'd check.
Yeah, you go check with your people and whatnot who are happy to fucking assist, but no, they don't know what happens to the bodies. Although they have although they're not here because they're off being used by other people. Because unlike the PCs, the fucking doors don't just squirrel their loot away and don't use it. They did recover some katanas and throwing stars and stuff.
Okay.
So they don't know what happened to the bodies. They suspect that they melt.
Okay.
But the clothes aren't even left. Just sometimes the weapons.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So blah.
They're super hard to hit, though. Super dodgy.
So they melt.
So which MIB? All right. So they're not sort of a variation of MIBs of the agents, because the agents don't bleed yellow goop, and the agents don't disappear, just don't melt.
Now, you've seen lots of agent bodies. In fact, I think you were on cleanup detail with some agent bodies at one point, or watched a cleanup detail, and they just all lay there all the time with thousands of cars and thousands of fucking agent bodies. You've seen that before.
Yep. So they melt away. They're quick moving, hard to hit.
Mm.
So yeah, it goes back to the question of if we want to prepare something as a fallback to try and take out the mass of them.
Mm.
That'd probably be clever. Yeah.
What if like they want the thing, the overthruster, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what if we like have like a lot of these things that looks like overthrusters and just like put it and like just like put it there so they will get confused and try to pick it up all and we just like sneak past them in the meantime or something along those lines. What if or somehow like use what they want against them?
Yes. That's what I was looking for.
This is the problem with elegant. Elegant equals long stretches of everybody staring at each other and going,
Yeah.
why aren't we elegant?
Yeah.
That's why I was saying at least Recon's doing something.
Yeah. So
I've got 81 different creatures in my monster manual for this game.
wow.
Those are actually just the ones needed to be made. I just don't sit around churning out monster stats and stuff like some sort of...
Well, if we don't come up with something soon, I think we will just go do the recon because we don't know what's happening.
Yeah, just to try and gather some more information about.
Yeah, although honestly, you've gotten to see quite a bit. You're not sure what else to see, Pete. It's a really simple zone.
Yeah.
You guys had lots of time in it yesterday just kicking around. There was no fucking hidden trap doors in any of the buildings and shit like that.
Okay.
You guys had like, you were there for like 2 days or some shit.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were.
okay.
So, just so you know, you kind of got what it is.
So, but if we were supposed to like make something that does something to them, we don't know how to do it because we don't know their biology either.
No, so it comes down to some method of disabling them that is well, they bleed yellow goo, they break down, they got a massive twitch.
What is the twitch about?
I don't know if it's because they're so wired from a reflex perspective, so the twitch is because they're just...
They are damn fast.
Yeah.
Stupidly fast. And they can run really fast too. Which means if you go there without a plan and they get wind of you, you're going to probably be in a fight. And if you're in a fight with some, and there's a lot there, you're going to be in a bigger fight.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the good side of things. Only like 6 or 8 can max attack you guys at once if you're all like in back to back, and they're doing the circle of death thing. Unless they all back off and just do throwing stars, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Awkward.
So I can think of various things, but without, since we don't know anything about them, it's just throwing out ideas into the ether.
Yeah.
Well,
Like for all we know, magnets will do something to them. We just need some magnets.
Just like, damn you.
Yeah. And no one knows how a magnet works, of course.
no, that's right. We need more magnets.
I can just see the PCs with the giant fucking magnet. Oh. What do you mean my credit card fucked up when we turned it on? Oh.
Get some of those neodymium bastards.
So what if one of us just runs there with something that looks like the overthruster and then runs away, and then runs and runs and runs, and then the other people in the meantime go talk to the lady.
I was going to say...
I nominate the new guy for the running position.
Jameis, I think you've seen him catch a horse before, so I'm not sure if the running thing is high on your list.
So, yeah. They didn't catch me, and I did proper riding.
Yeah, well,
they don't talk to each other, that's why I'm wondering about the radio frequency thing, because if they're using radio frequencies to talk to each other. And it's just ignoring the magic telepathy sort of thing, which we can't do jack shit about.
Yes. Oh, do you have knowledge of electronics?
I'm over hobbyist.
Okay. Because, for example, if we went there and then we scanned and we used some and we scanned for frequencies, etc., to see if we were picking up anything.
Then we find out tech doesn't work. So, that's not the tech anymore.
Well, which is something useful to know.
I assume tech does work, because otherwise they would be that overthruster thingamajiggery wouldn't be doing much use to them.
Well, it's not necessarily for them. They might be getting it for somebody else.
And you said she had that magical skateboardy thing.
Yeah, hover, exactly. So that's, true. So that was high tech, assumably, not magic. It looked like the one from the film Back to the Future. So it's most likely high tech. So yes, so tech works there. But we can at this stage assume tech works there until it blows up in our face.
So that's the thing with this Trump thing we've got. We can just go and get somewhere ready to just pop over there, try it, and then pop back again. It's only going to take half an hour at best, and it's just done. It's a thing that was done.
Exactly.
So should we just do it?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Do you want to take anything with you, or just Trump immediately from where you're sitting?
I'm ready to receive it for the.
I thought you were going to Trump over there and then begin trumping, because Freddie's like, I have to take a shit. Trump. I missed the giant fight, huh? Let me go get a new battery for my fucking Walkman. I've got extras. No, I prefer a different brand. Trump.
Yes, we shall get some. Yeah, I've got electronics as well.
Okay, so which zone are you wishing to pull out a trump card of so we can finally get this party started?
Let's go to Sherma, where I have lots of money for.
Yay! Where does your trump go to? Before you go ahead.
I was going to say, before pulling out a trump card, make sure we're appropriately dressed and make sure I've actually go and get ID, etc. for there.
All right, so you guys get rid of any visible weapons. You're just dressed like normal 21st century people.
Like 20th century stuff. Yes.
Yeah.
So
have you been to
Jameis isn't going to dress like a fucking farmer?
I've been to Sherma.
Okay, nice. Yep, good. So I don't have to explain it to you.
We went there via that Kim chap.
All right, and where does your trump go to specifically in Sherma?
I'm just making some alterations on my character sheet to indicate what I'm taking with me, as in money.
Yeah.
Where's my trumps? Yeah, trump. Park with statue.
Give me a luck roll at half to make sure that that's still working, Trump. If you make it, it does. If not, just tear up the trump.
Yeah, that's the only trump card I've got. Do you have any trump cards for Sherma, either of you, as an aside?
No.
No.
Okay.
Nobody lets Yana have any trump cards because the thought of her going interdimensional is too horrifying.
No, that trump is dead.
I have some, okay.
What irresponsible person gave you trump cards? All right,
so right. we can use Clems to get there.
Okay.
Yeah, we end up in St. Louis.
Yes.
That's right.
St. Louis.
Please mark off that trump card and let people know that the area near the statue trump cards have all stopped working for some reason, Pete.
Yeah.
You guys head over to the Clems, and they're delighted to open it, and they check to make sure everything's okay. You notice that one of the chairs of the 4 chairs is kind of at a little bit of a leaning angle, and the floor near it is kind of buckled a bit. It is the chair that is closest to the back room door.
It hasn't self-repaired?
Apparently not yet.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a very slight lean, but you guys are all hyper observant usually, so unless I need you to actually roll, in which case everybody goes around blind, falls into rabbit snares as usual.
Yep.
So you guys sit down. Clem's like, howdy, what can I do you for?
Shave, please, Clem.
Hot towel?
Yes, thank you.
Where are you going back to?
We are going to St. Louis. The dingo stole your baby.
I'm sorry, I don't understand, says Clem.
8.
Howdy. Logan calls up the exact phrasing because I think this is going to be a new fun game.
I put it on the board.
I can't believe
8. Thank you. You're quite correct.
Let's see. Where's my barbershop thing real quick here, because I've got written down what the current password is, and I cannot believe the PCs haven't simplified that shit. Howdy. What can I do you for?
No, Freddy was wrong, because that's not what it was set to.
It may have been reset since you. I've got what I think it is, and that's the one that's going to work. So good luck.
Yeah. Well, I've got what Raslin told me directly what he set it to at the time before Freddie actually made his post on the boards about it.
Yes, but now something different may be functioning for reasons. You should have just made it like swordfish. That's hard to fuck up.
No, you keep saying that, but he did not. So we've got what we've got.
Well, you can.
It's not like we can reset the password or anything because that'd be too sensible.
Oh, you totally could. Even Pete knows how to do it. So he says, "Howdy, what can I do you for?"
A shave, please, Clem.
Hot towel?
Yes, thank you.
Where are you going back to?
St. Louis. A dingo ate your baby.
Them as well?
Yes, thank you.
Cut to St. Louis. Yay! You're all in St. Louis. Clem pulls out a straight razor and holds up in front of Yana and says, shave?
No, that's okay, thanks.
Shave? He says to Reb.
I think I'm good for the moment, thanks.
Shave? He says to McKay.
No, thank you.
Daddy, what can I do you for? He says.
Thank you, Clem.
He nods happily.
We leave.
No problem. You guys go into the mean streets of St. Louis, wandering around.
We go to one of those, what are they called? Radio Shack or
yes,
whatever the hell.
You guys go into the Geek's Paradise. It shows like there's a couple of guys arguing about different electronic component parts that only a handful of people in the world give a shit about. And apparently there are 2 of that handful. They seem to be in a rather passionate argument. They both work here, but they completely ignore you guys as you wander into the store. You seem to be the only customers in the store. You look at rows and rows of really fiddly electronic stuff.
Get some radio receiver, one that will work off a battery.
Also want a jammer as well in case that comes up useful.
Pardon?
Sorry, jammers?
You also want a jammer as well if that turns out
jammer,
useful.
yes.
Okay, so I'm hearing radio frequency scanner and a jammer. Anything else?
Do we want something that makes the frequencies when we are here so we don't, if we find out that it works?
As in record them, or you mean try and broadcast the same frequency at a...
I made broadcast.
Just as an actual radio to talk on that frequency, yeah.
Just so you guys know, all the shit you're buying is components. They have lots of components. There's no like pre-packaged jammer. It's all components. So I'm going to need an electronics roll to buy the right shit and a different electronics roll to actually put it together. There's reasons Radio Shack went belly the fuck up in the USA.
Well, if we can buy these at a different store,
This is the fucking, if you have hot electronics, this is the place to come because you can build it just like you want it. Unfortunately, there's a very small percentage of the population that thinks that building their own shit for a couple days as opposed to buying it for $100 is a good idea.
Well,
they don't really.
A U-Mart or a.
The thing is, they don't really sell jammers and stuff like that because you know.
Fine. Yeah. Fine.
Yeah, that you need to go component-wise.
Yeah, as far as even checking out different radio frequencies, they don't really have a full-out Amazon thing going on yet.
Also, you need the standard sort of radio receivers are just tuned for their that AM and FM stuff. We'll need to go other frequencies, and that's not. Yeah. Especially stuff like police frequencies and things like that. They don't have that as a default setting on your scanner.
Correct. I mean, you can build your own crystal radio with shit in here if you really felt like it. And the kind of people who come here do. So
I'm going to start gathering the components, soldering iron. Boards,
give me who's making the electronics roll and who's attempting to support, and actually one of the supporters will be awesome. And
I can do it a bit. I'm not too bad with electronics.
Now, if you wanted to try to game the system, you could all gather your own shit and everybody buy their own shit, and then that way everybody gets their roll. But you're going to end up spending 3 times the money, and you may get some surprising shit. But on the other hand, owning a good chunk of the store could help for future projects. It's up to you.
I mean, I get you got a lot of money there, so
yeah. I mean, the stuff's not terribly expensive here. Would you guys like to all purchase your own shit? Go on a wild buying spree?
I don't know how good you are if you've got any skill and any knowledge of electronics.
She'll be the only one to succeid with her base electronics.
All beautiful. Hold this basket for me, please, while I put it.
I can do that.
Beautiful.
So,
thank you.
Just you two are buying shit? You're not going to go for the long shot, dark horse? Any of that shit? Because you know Mildred's the only person who will make it.
If you want to have a go at it.
I don't know.
It's how we learn.
Just give it a go.
Yeah, give it a go. You never know.
The 3 of us doing a different, we can come up with a different stuff for it.
We may come up with something that doesn't look like it should work, but actually works and actually does what above and beyond what we want it to do.
Yeah.
Why not?
Now, the next thing to choose
the last session for the season.
Yeah. The next thing to choose is spending. You can go for everybody spends $1,000, everybody spends $2,000, everybody spends $3,000. More than that, we really won't help, but it will tell me how much shit you've got and what kind of useful things. I'm assuming you're not going to just buy like 50 of this plastic casing part. I'm going to go with plastic casing and some of these diodes, and this lever looks nice, and that kind of shit. So the 1,000 each, 2,000 each, or 3,000 each. What would you like to go for spending?
Where are we?
If one person succeeds in theirs, it should be enough to make both of the things you're talking about, the jammer and the scanner, possibly even in one unit.
And the broadcast and the receiving stuff.
Yeah,
well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's the difference between, say, 1,000 and 3,000 besides extra components?
How good it's going to be and extra stuff for other things, maybe the power also of your unit.
Yeah. All right. I'm
And how
crossing off
quickly it's
9.
going to burn out. And
Yeah. All right. I've crossed off 9 grand.
All right, everybody goes on a fucking spending spree. It's mad shopping. It just shows Mildred just pushing the cart down the aisle, grabbing random shit. Yeah.
All right,
Ooh.
ready?
Oh, there's bottles of alcohol here. There's for cleaning stuff.
Yeah.
I'll get some of them.
Isopropanol, yeah.
That's right, a bit of isopropanol, exactly.
Everybody give me a roll and good luck. Even the guys take notice of you guys on this fucking mad spending spree. Like, the fuck are they doing? Yeah. Of course, you're really good at electronics. Why are you going with the I suck at it?
I said I was good at it.
Nobody
said he was good at it.
All right, so mark off 9 grand. You have carts of shit.
I did.
Okay.
I marked off 9 grand.
Make a note that you have the right stuff and a lot of other very interesting electronic components.
I'll say $9,000 Sherma dollars worth of electronic components.
Yeah.
That means you might have, for some of these things, you might have some backup pieces of when you.
That's right.
Or we just got 100 copies of Barney the Talking Dinosaur dolls.
No problem. They ring you up.
Which could be quite useful, especially if they're the little walkie ones.
Oh.
Yeah, you get some of those.
They just march in and...
Yeah, there you go. Red found a fucking, it's a wind-up doll that it just goes straight forward, like, and so that could end up being what fucking does it. So, there you go.
2 + 2 is 4. 2 + 2 is 4. 2 + 2 is 4.
There you go. It walks around singing
as their heads go...
Could happen. All right, so you've got all that shit, and then you've got a bunch of bags, and you now need to go somewhere to work on this because everybody is completely loaded down in shopping bags of electronic shit, and as you are buying stuff that has dust on it because nobody else comes here, they're pretty much just waiting to go out of business at this point.
All right. We shall go to a...
Where? I'm curious. This part was not fucking thought of. Buy shit. Got it. And that's a big question mark. And that's like, have shit made.
Step 1, get shit. Step 2, step 3, profit.
Right.
That's
exactly.
right.
Yeah.
All right. We can go get a hotel room or something and put it together. Or...
Okay.
That's super. You guys go get now they look at you very suspiciously when your only luggage is all labeled the Radio Shack. So they're super fucking suspicious, but they're just like,
Yeah.
okay.
We are making bombs. It's okay.
And
We
right.
knew that was coming.
Right after several hours of police interrogation.
No. Oh, 2 minutes later, we are no longer found.
Got it. Right. So which zone were you going back? The embassy again?
Yeah.
Give me a luck roll at full not to break your embassy card in rage.
I like speaking the truth,
But we weren't making a bomb.
I'm giving her a card.
And I hoped we will be.
Just luck roll at full. You should be in the clear.
Yeah, I'm going to spend a hero point on that 100.
Yeah. Pretty sure you're going to be okay. With your bomb maker.
You got... no,
Holy
not
crap.
this again.
Here we go. You somehow managed to break the one secure thing. Please put out a notice that all the trump cards that are going to your special secure landing zone in your private quarters are now broken.
Does anybody have a...
play... Yes, I can play assistant reroll on you.
Ah.
Thank you.
Ah. Your luck isn't as high as
There we go.
the Trump Masters for some reason.
It's not as high as what?
As the Trump Masters for some reason. He's got like 120 or some bullshit luck.
Yeah, well, he hasn't died.
Yeah. Yet.
Yet.
It's hard to get him to fucking die because he keeps running away and shit.
And that's why his luck's so high.
Okay. So, you guys are in the embassy. Unfortunately, you need electricity and shit to make all this stuff work. And, you know, you don't have any because nobody's ever thought to bring through a nice generator or something like that with an easy plug in it or a strip of plugs. And steam power is not really bueno for fucking making your electricity work. It's a bit uneven. But you got a lot of bags of shit. A whole lot of shit. Everybody just glares at fucking Mildred.
Hi. Let's make some bombs.
We're not making bombs.
What? But bombs.
No. Okay.
If she had really high demolitions, wouldn't she be fucking terrifying? I mean, you might want to start skill whoring that instead of whatever other powers you're not using because you're always wanting bombs.
Bombs are fun.
So where do you have trumps to, Mildred?
I have the village. I have the embassy.
Village does have electricity, for sure.
Yeah, I think that's it.
The embassy doesn't.
I think that's it, yeah.
Okay, and do you have any trumps, Rep?
Well, one for here, one for the French Vietnam zone.
Okay.
But you don't want to use anything like, there's no electricity there, and they'll set you on fire if they see you using it.
All right. Let's go to the village then, I guess, after I get changed first.
He puts on.
Oh yeah, I've got my village gear. Yeah.
Mildred, do you have your village gear? I think I've still got a picture of you in your village gear and my stuff somewhere.
Yeah, I think I have it somewhere here.
I got the most unhappy looking picture of you ever with your village gear.
Yeah, I'm number 96.
Mildred's is number 348. This is what Mildred looks like when she dresses up in her village gear. See how happy she fucking looks.
Yep.
She's like, God damn it. Right.
Yeah.
So, Jameis, give me a luck roll to make sure your village trump is still working.
I don't have a village trump.
Oh, sorry. Mildred, give me a luck to make sure your village trump is still working. Where does the trump go to? Oh, it does. Where does the trump go to?
I'm not sure where it goes to specifically. It was Freddy give it to me.
And with Freddy trumps, sometimes they go to some really silly places.
Yeah. All right. No problem. You guys are.
How long ago was it that he made it?
I'm just going to put you wherever the fuck I want because if Freddy can't be bothered to.
I'm sure Freddy told Mildred.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't. He just gave me to try and said, "Here, this is for you. You have to take it."
All right. So you guys are currently, because again, if Mildred can't be bothered to remember where the trump is, I get to put you wherever horrible place I want.
Well, I suspect it's inside the lighthouse based on the trump in storage for the village.
Oh, no, he makes them all different places because he's figured out that if one breaks into place, then they're all broken into place.
Okay.
So he started making different trumps, which is a good idea. You're currently up in the tower here. The top of the tower.
Oh, yes, the tower that TJ jumped off. And
that was the best fucking village scene ever. I jart off
the
into
lighthouse,
that.
though?
No, the lighthouse is down here.
Okay. Oh, right, yeah, okay. It says lighthouse.
Yep. Yeah, I jart into that bitch or something like that. That was a fucking scene.
Yes. We wandered after he kept jumping out of windows, defenestrating himself.
We got good at it.
Yes. We go downstairs. I flag down a taxi.
No problem. Look, you realize that which place were you going to head to?
My place.
So the Green Dome. I was gonna say it's literally not. You could see it, but you get a taxi. You guys sit in the taxi with your bags of shit. He goes, there you are, number 2.
Thank you very much.
Seeing it.
Be seeing you,
Very
says
good.
the cab driver. The butler opens the door for you guys as you troop through, just fucking with all these fucking festooned with bags.
The bathroom.
Right, you guys all crowd into the fucking bathroom.
I'm just trying to think of a room that's going to be probably the cleanest. Actually, it doesn't matter. This guy's pretty good at his job.
I was going to say the dining room is
generally isn't
big
electrical plugs in bathrooms even back then because you don't want to get water into the plugs.
Yeah.
That's a European thing. In the USA, we like to have them where you can accidentally spray them and electrocute yourself.
You don't even have frickin' switches on the ones in the US. That really gets me.
Oh, we love it.
In Australia, we've got power points in the bathroom as well. I mean, you've got to plug in your electric shaver and your hairdryer. And
we have just raw wires that stick out of the wall, and you just fucking tie the plug thing to them.
I was there, and it's not true.
That's why the plugs have like little holes in them and stuff, so you can tie the raw wires to them. Yana, you were just in
you just stick them in your mouth and so you can suck them when you hold
right.
them.
But Yana, most of the things I told you about the U.S. did turn out to be true, didn't they?
That's true, yeah.
Oh, Yana, please turn on a light somewhere in your place now that we're talking about electricity because you're getting darker.
I'll be right back. I will go get something to drink also.
Okay. You guys can sit up in the dining room. Big ass table in there. Some windows for ventilation.
I shall instruct the butler to put something on the table, and I'll make sure it's something that doesn't generate static. As in not wool, a material not like wool or something that if you rub's going to cause static discharge and screw over what we're trying to do.
Okay. He goes and gets you a big sheet of leather.
Yep. Perfect. Yeah. Just so we're not marking the table with soldering burns and dripping solder and stuff.
The butler is interested in keeping the place looking nice as well. So, yes, you guys have got a makeshift lab set up. You can tell the butler is faintly disapproving of it, but nothing in his facial expression or demeanor. It's just kind of the air of...
I mean, unless you can suggest a better room for doing this.
The butler just bows to you.
Yes, that's what I thought. I would love there to be a better place to do this, but unfortunately we need to do what we need to do.
The butler makes no comment and goes and gets the port.
Mm-hmm.